Any other ones or no?
Yeah, I've got another. Oh, yes, actually,
There's
very
one
good.
by.
Well, hold on. Hold on for a second. Well, it makes me think of my old days. Yes. Thank God, by the way. Early Kirk Minihane has been feeling the heat because I was concerned yesterday that he was going to put up one of my hold on to the old callers from the EI days. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to find that.
So yeah, we did find that.
I don't know if you're right about that.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I may have found a couple.
I don't think that's true.
It seems like it was all from one show.
Maybe.
Based on the shirt you were wearing.
617-799-0850. 888-525-0850. You can text us at 850-850. I've been remiss at looking at those or reporting them here.
Hold on for a second there.
And I see Tom and Joe. We'll get to you guys.
1 second, man.
Yeah.
God, first of all, I do sound younger, I think.
You do,
and it's that old. That's how old it is when it's 850. If you're from Boston, you're listening. That is old.
It's got to be
before they moved.
10 years ago, right?
I want to say. Well, I think I talked about Francona, right?
Oh, so maybe 9 years.
So
ago,
what year? So what year was that?
2011. Right after 2011, he got
okay.
fired.
So it was like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like I think I laughed about it. I think people always think that this is going to be. I've talked about this, like some ammunition against me. Absolutely not. I was just trying to get. I mean, that's how you get in the door. You got to play ball.
Was there a video of this?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What?
I thought he made it into a video.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know if that was from that day.
I know they were taking a video of weekend shows when literally
that's what I found odd.
A Saturday afternoon show broadcasting to nobody. Well, that's not true. To Tom and who?
Tom and Joe.
Tom and Joe.
Now are those?
Which, by the way, could not. The chance those didn't even exist.
I was about to ask. Are those fake names?
Definitely possible.
Okay.
I mean, you're asking me. I can't remember the show last week. You're asking me to remember that.
Fair enough.
I have no memory of any of those shows. I've wiped them out like a fucking.
There wasn't one
victim.
There wasn't one weekend show you did where you're like, that's one I would do now. Or
well, I think even like when he played the second cut one I saw where I'm like kind of yelling and screaming, I'm like that's a little attitude. Like that's different than what people hear on the weekends back then. So I'm fine with that. Like I got into fights and stuff and Jack Edwards and all that. I remember, but I don't really even remember that really.
Yeah.
I don't remember. You do it like fucking 10 years of it, 20 hours a week. Like you don't think about it. I don't think. Go ahead.
Let's see what Tom and Joe
reporting them here to this point. Here's a couple, and I see Tom and Joe. We'll get to you guys. Waiting to call.
I need to replay that.
I think Tito wouldn't have come back after the way they treated him, and somehow they felt he didn't get the most of the guys they brought in. A text from 508. I guess that's fair.
What insight? This baseball mind.
Higo.
I guess that's fair. Is carried through the years. Now that one I've kept.
The last one just came up. Asked the people in Rhode Island if he's a great manager. Exactly. No, how Kurt Schilling ran 38 studios, I don't think has anything to do with how you manage a baseball team.
True. I'll stand by that fucking point all day.
You're not going to hire Kurt Schilling's man, Steve. I'm starting to get pissed off. How did this happen?
Now, don't get me started here.
Hold on. You said there was a dump in there somewhere though.
Yeah, that's in the second one here.
Oh, that's all right. That's fine.
You don't want to hear it?
No, I don't want to hear it. I heard it yesterday.
That's
the better one.
I like the reacting to text. It's not. You don't really give an opinion. You're just like, well, that's fair.
What the fuck are you gonna say?
I don't know about that.
Well, you can tell at that point there's already a little bit of boredom with this. Like, all right, I don't even know, but you feel like you have to do it.
Were you more into sports then?
Yes.
You were not as indifferent to sports.
No, but I wouldn't watch a lot of games even back then.
Really?
Like the Red Sox, I never watched. Ever. I watched maybe some playoff games, but
that surprised me just from the sense of you're a very prepared guy. Like I feel like you would want to know what you were going to have to talk about.
I was bored by it. Even, I mean, if you listen to John and Jerry, by the end of 2013, I'm ranting and raving how boring it is. Like once I got in, like I understood quickly you have to do stuff like that to get in.
Yeah.
Like if I started a show in 2011 and did like what I like to do, I would have never been on the air again.
Yeah.
Jason Wolf would have been like, no, we can't have you on.
Why?
So I tried to incorporate both. Because, I mean, there are people, you'll see them tweet, they'll be like, oh, I listened to Kirk back on the weekends and he was different.
Yeah.
He would do something, not a lot of it, to be fair. There was a lot more of what the fucking shit you just heard than the other stuff. What were you going to say?
No, I used to listen to you on the weekends too, and I remember you stood out just because you were funny with sports talk and shit like that.
Yeah,
like, it was different.
You could point out the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
Like I would have said in 2011 on a weekend show, like, why are we fucking making Kobe Bryant into a hero here?
Right.
Like, what the fuck's going on? And you would have been admonished by like a pussy like Jason Wolf.
Right.
And Jason Wolf did everything he could to try and make me like that. To be boring, say the callers' names, say the area code of the texter, which, so like when you play, I think it's really funny, but like it's proof. Like put it this way, I've cost myself a lot of money in some ways by not continuing to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So obviously I turned my back on it, but it is funny. Yeah, play the second part.
Well, my question first was going to be why. Okay.
No. I'm saying, go ahead, Mike.
Why? And I'm guessing the answer is probably just that was where your job was. But why EEI if you didn't want to do sports talk? You know what I mean? Like, was there not a place, and I don't think there is, thinking about the Boston media.
Well, and you're wrong.
Was there not a place where you could do, so it's just where you were able to do a job?
I didn't mind, like I said, I don't mind doing, I don't want to do it anymore, but I understand that people like it.
Yeah.
Mutt's my buddy. I was driving back with Harry last night from karate. We were driving back and he was playing his video game or whatever. I put Mutt on for like 5 minutes and I'm like, okay, see what he's got. He had on Fitzy in studio and had Ryan Hannibal calling in from the combine. They talked about workouts. And I'm like, that just,
It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't, but then I'm thinking, am I thinking like me? Maybe I should, other people drive around like, oh, I want to hear about, because they're saying basically all the general managers talked about Brady, I guess, yesterday. Do people want to hear that? Maybe there's a slice of people who want to hear that.
I guess so.
I don't, but maybe there are people who do.
Because my thing was always when I was doing the podcast on
Hold on
EEI,
one second. Hold on.
Yeah.
We'll get to you guys in a second. Go ahead, Mike.
Tom and Joe.
We see you guys lined
Hold
up.
on a second.
We see you lined up.
I was always like, maybe when my podcasts were getting edited and everything from EEI, I was like, should I just try to do it on AAF's website or something? Like, I was trying to think of, is there a place where talking shit might be better than a sports talk radio place that isn't going to allow it anyways?
It's called a podcast.
Yeah.
In 2020. Go ahead.
This is not one of these shows when I'm on here where I'm going to say, oh, all calls are welcome. They're not.
Fucking big swinging dick, man.
They're not. At least have some intelligence, okay? Please. Have some intelligence. I see you lined up right now.
That's a lie. That is I can tell you just by telling my
intelligent callers.
Oh.
We finally have one calling in right now. Finally. The callers are going to step up right now. I see Rob from Ipswich. Rob.
No, I don't want to hear from him. Turn that off. That's the last voice I want to hear.
Now, how did Rob sneak in front of Tom and Joe?
Wait, go. You knew the private line.
Tom and Joe were certainly waiting on the line longer.
We had 5 full lines at that point. Yeah. I can tell you this. In 2011, if Kirk Minihane had 5 full lines, he was not taking Rob in Ipswich. He was taking every single one of those calls. Call somebody up right now. I'll have a sports discussion with them. Call somebody up. I'm willing to do it.
It's funny to listen to because it sounds just like when you mock Mutt or whoever on Sports Talk Radio or Francesca.
Well, I think Mutt oddly does an impression of like the 2011 Kirk Minihane a lot in a weird way,
Yeah.
where he's kind of like he heard that and was like, "Oh, that's
Oh, he's good. This
But
guy's
I'll even make the case for myself back then. There were not a lot of people on the weekends saying that the callers were fucking dummies in 2011.
No, sure.
No fucking. It was all like, well, hey, that's a great point.
It's also different in general in 2011 because there wasn't podcasting, so you didn't hear as much of everything there is to offer.
Right. That's true.
Hi, this is Sean. What's your favorite sauce?
We're not here to talk sauce. We're here to talk sports.
We're not fucking around
We're here to
today,
talk
pal.
sports today.
Oh,
Sports.
sorry about that.
Well, we played some sound for
sorry
me
about that.
9 years ago. So if people are like, oh, mocking sports. So I don't know if there's anything in the world of sports you'd like to talk about right now.
Oh, man, the Red Sox. What do you think their starting day rotational day?
They're starting day rotation. Okay. We definitely a big sports fan. I can
Big
tell.
baseball guy.
All right.
Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing, okay? We'll get to you in a second. I'll give you plenty of time. I mean, what it really comes down to is Sale going to be Sale? Is Sale going to be healthy or not healthy? I read some stuff this week, encouraging stuff out of spring training. But look, if we want, we'll get the producers and we'll see the calls in a second. We can print out these spring training optimistic calls all day long, right? We've been doing, I was sitting here 2 years ago telling you this, right? I mean, we did this, guy's in the best shape of his life. Right, sure, right, +1, I'm on that one. But if Chris Sale is going to be dealing this year, put it this way. We'll get to you in a second. We'll talk to Buster Olney here in about 15 minutes at the bottom of the hour. If Sale can give you, and thanks for your call, I'm like Matt, if we can bang on this call right now, you did a good job. We'll get to another one here in a second. Thanks. We'll get to the next guy. If Sale can give you, I want to say 180 innings this year. If that's the number I'd be thinking right now if you're a Red Sox fan, 180. If he can give you 180 innings, the ERA's in the mid-3s, you got a chance at the wild card. Look, I mean, the Yankees, I know Severino, but I don't even want to get into the Yankee stuff right now. But if you think you're going to catch the Yankees, I got something else to tell you right now, okay? Sell it somewhere else. I'm not buying. If you want to go 88, to me, 88 is that number to get to the wild card for the Red Sox. You need, and then back to that 180. A lot of 8s going on right now. Crazy 8 right now. If you can get to 88 wins, you need Sale to give you 180 innings easily, and I need to see Xander Bogaerts take another step. And I know what you're saying. Remember, everyone's like, remember we did the whole thing with Xander in the step last year, Matt. Can Xander take another step? He took a step to stardom last year, right? We took those calls. Get somebody else if they want to get into it. If he wants to take that next step to superstardom, well, that's a must. And if that happens, then Sale happens. I don't know anything about
7,
Renicky.
3, 4.
What is happening?
I don't know. I don't even know who's doing. I don't know who else is talking. This is a solo show. But if Renicky can do the job as a manager, and don't even get me into what he knew and didn't know as Cora's guy. That's a different conversation. We've had that a million times. I don't want to relitigate that again. We can get to that 88 wins. And once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So, I mean, I think Sale and Bogarts are the big guys. You know, that's what I would say. Hey, go ahead. Any, you have your sports take? Let's go. Make it quick, make it hot, make it spicy. What's saucing?
The Red Wings suck, man. Out here in Detroit, struggle.
I mean, what's going on? So what's going on? Thanks for the call. What's going on with the organization right now?
Well, Stevie Y's at the helm again, so that's good.
Yeah, but this is a team that for years, how old are you?
33.
33, okay, so you're about 10 years younger than I am. I mean, when I was growing up, year in, year out, whether it was Bowman, you mentioned Yzerman, Lidstrom, all these stars, I mean, you knew you were getting at the start of the year, you're getting 100 points, 110 points, and you're going to make a deep run in the Stanley Cup. And now I'm looking at this franchise. What is going on?
20-year dynasty. I mean, they got to come to an end at some point.
Oh, I understand that, but I mean, but how do you turn it around? Like, it's confusing to me, and I'm sorry. Everyone knows I'm kind of a closet Red Wings fan. Like, what is going? Like, where did it go wrong? How did things take a turn?
I don't know. A lot of old agent contracts.
Yeah, that's
now
the thing. That's the thanks for the call, and that's kind of the thing. So when you get into this contract game in the NHL, you forget sometimes. You know, you got to tip your cap to a guy like Donnie Sweeney. You got to learn how to balance, and that's why they made the moves this week. That's why they traded Backus this week. I mean, it's to get Krug. And people say, oh, they're pitching, they're giving up. Fine. You want to give up Krug and Backus? I don't. Now, all these people, salary cap doesn't matter. Cap is crap. Fuck that. Get that. Sorry, grab that. I get passionate about that. We'll take one more, and then we'll get to a quick break here. We got to hit the break on time. And hear from our sponsors. You can text as well at 850-850. We'll get to the callers here in a second as we're deciding to call them today, which is an interesting sports radio move. Hey, Matt, try somebody else. I mean, if these guys don't want to talk sports.
Pick up the phone!
Try one more, please. I don't like my producers being too active on the mic either. I don't mean to be a dick, but that's fine. But I'm here to talk sports, not here to fucking play grab ass. And then don't even, I mean,
cursing on the show.
Don't even. I'm hearing people saying that Jason Tatum's not a top 15 player in the NBA. Please, I'll go down the fucking list right now. So grab that. But I mean, I get passionate about Tatum. Not a top 15 player.
Hello.
Hey, what's sauce? I'm here to talk sports today. Give me your hottest sports take and make it saucy, please. I don't know what that means. I'm here to talk sports. Give me your hot sports take for the day, please.
Hot sports take of the day. Bruins get killed by the Calgary, whatever they are, last night.
Yeah, they got flamed, but good. Thanks for the call. I mean, this is again an organization where I can't get mad at Don Sweeney right now. I can't get mad at my friend Bruce Cassidy. Like, this is a team that's trying to figure it out. Obviously, you couldn't get closer than they got last year. I don't know if they're going to get back there. They're still at the top of the East right now. They're still competitive. And what do you want? I mean, do you want an organization? I grew up for years. Everyone's like, oh, the Bruins don't spend money. They don't do this. Harry Sinden, Jacobs. That's gone now. You might as well wipe it out. That's gone from history. You know what I mean? That is, forget about it. 100%. But, do you want this team to make a deep run every year? Or do you want them to have good years randomly, then drop out? That's the old debate. And I love this debate, and I'd love to get into it. It's the callers here today. Would you rather have 20 years of greatness in one championship, like, say, the Braves, okay? That great Braves rotation of Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz, Steve Avery. They had Pendleton on that team. They had Lemke on that team. Then they turned into Lopez, and then Chipper Jones, and Andrew Jones. We know that team. Charlie Lee Brandt was on the team and lost to Minnesota. We can do that all day. I'm not here to do that. Do you want 20 years in one title? Or do you want the thing like the Marlins where you spiked a couple of random titles, so you get 2 titles, but then you're lost? To me, give me consistency right now. I don't think the Bruins are going to win this year. I'll say it. I don't like to say it. I'll say it. And if I see my friend Bruce Cassidy, you guys know me. I'll shoot straight. I'll say it right to his face. We know about that history between me and Bruce Cassidy, up and down. But I think the Bruins right now, if I had to guess right now, Eastern Conference Finals, and they're done. I don't like saying it. And if anybody wants to call him, we'll talk to Bob Mckenzie later, obviously, to break it down in about an hour and a half. But it frustrates me. That's it. 617 779-850-850. You can text us as well at 850-850. That text line is cooking. I see Mark. I see Andrew. I see Ken. And my producer decided to make another call, even though I thought we were going to break. But that's fine. We'll talk during the break. I like when these producers act on their own. Still calling?
Hello?
All right, it's Saucin. Give me your hottest sports take. Go ahead. It's Sports Talk. It's Sports Wednesday here. What's Saucin?
I think they should get not have gotten Kemba Walker for Kyrie. Kyrie's so much better.
Oh, I mean, really? Got a friend of mine. Oh, thanks for the call. I got a friend of mine who's in the comedy business. Buddy of mine. That's his thing. And I always like, really? And then I got to say, really? I mean, how about that Kyrie story? I mean, thanks for playing, Kyrie. See you next year. What a loser. I'll sprinkle him with loser sauce. That does not taste good with anything. Kemba's great. I don't like the fact that he wore a tie in the sideline the other night. That bothers me. Fine. Celtics going to Portland last night. They may have won. They may have lost. Who knows? Doesn't even really matter. I like this team.
That's not what's important.
I like the attitude of this team. I like the character of this team. I like the Stevens guy. And I'll tell you something else. No one said this. I'll say it right now. Stevens looks a little bit like that the guy there who's running for president from the mayor. They look alike. I'll say it. And I think, but I want to believe me, I'm not dipping. That is a light toe into the world of politics. Very light. I think the Celtics should go in the finals. I'll say it. They're going to the finals right now. Do I think they win the championship? That's a different conversation. I'm not ready to have it. 617-779-850-850. We'll talk to you right when we get back.
That was, frankly, unbelievable.
What do you mean?
I'm in awe.
Of what?
Did you black out? Do you know that you just did that?
To what? I just did the Milton's read. What happened?
I would think you knew hockey. I would think you watched hockey regularly.
Oh, the hockey one was the biggest bullshit.
I was impressed. Now, 3 notes from that.
1 second. I'm exhausted.
It was like 15 minutes.
I used to do that. Go ahead.
So I'm just preparing for when I have to go.
By the way, keep in mind, I actually considered just doing that today.
Really?
Yes.
I would have been with you.
Just coming in and just doing that for an hour and a half and just
great.
driving people crazy.
Would have been great.
I should have done it yesterday.
We've always got tomorrow. Yeah. You should have done it yesterday.
Oh, God.
When you say, hold on, like when you repeat yourself 5-6 times in a row, are you just thinking, well, this surely kills 5-6 seconds?
Well, is that the thought? Like the hold on back to the caller?
Yeah. Hold on.
That is to appear like you're a little feisty.
Oh, okay.
Like you're not afraid to tell the caller, shut up.
Okay.
I remember there was this. It's not different than some of these Minifans who think that they're like important. Mm-hmm. Like I don't mean the good hard Minifans, but the ones who think they're the Kelleher's and the Dills and those people. Yeah. There was this caller in Boston. He may still call. This guy's name was Danny from Quincy.
I remember, yes.
So I was on a show with Bradford in like 10 or 11, and he called up, and he used to think like, and he still may call these shit shows, and he used to get like 10 minutes. Yeah. In the middle of some random boring rant one time, I was like, shut up, you're a dummy. And he's like, what you're calling me a dummy? He's like, you know who I am? Like, yeah, you're a fucking caller. Like, yeah. I remember thinking, I would treat the callers like I did when I was in the car. If they suck, tell them to shut up. But the hold on is more of a respect. That's okay. Yeah.
And okay, so number
that Kyrie take is ridiculous. But go ahead, it's upsetting.
When you're making a point, and then in the middle you say, and Matt, I'll tell you, is that your way of saying save me because I need another human being to talk to?
Let's hear the guy's bullshit a little bit.
Okay,
we're all part of the conversation. We're talking sports.
And then my third note was just the fact that the guy you called about the Red Wings, I don't even know if he knew that was you.
Is he an actual person?
I think he was waiting for show. Yeah, I think he was waiting for anyone to call and ask about the Red Wings.
Well, how many people could you call? Could we call before they break? And they're like, "Why are you doing this?"
What are you talking about?
But they just know instinctively.
Or you say, "Who is this?"
They just know instinctively to break in, and they are part of the show.
They all seem to, and they all knew to keep it hockey. It seemed.
Yeah, it was a lot of hockey talk. Yeah. That was my weakest one.
I was very impressed by that.
I remember that 2013 Bruins Stanley Cup run. I hate watching hockey on television.
Really?
It bores me. I hate it. It's boring.
I like it. It's easy to keep up with for me.
Yeah.
I follow the puck very well. Yeah.
And John hated it. Jerry hated it. Jerry actually, I think, liked to watch it, but was just bored. And the games were so late, and we were up at 4 a.m, whatever. And there was still that perception back then that it mattered that if the Bruins did well, the other station got a bounce off it, which was stupid. The first round they played the Maple Leafs in the playoffs. And I think this was a strike year, and they were down in Game 7 in the third period. I want to say 5-1 or something.
I think 3 goals they scored in
3. So they're up 4-1, down 4-1. I'm texting Jerry and John. That's how long it was. I was texting John as well. Be like, this is great. We're fucking done. We don't have to deal with these guys. They came back and won, made the finals, which dragged it at that point all the way to July. I had like 6 more weeks of having to watch games till like midnight. Back then, I would watch those playoff games, and there were times where I would do TV after the games.
Oh Jesus!
It was fucking unbelievable. I would sleep like in between
during the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must have gotten a couple hours.
Yeah, in the very beginning, because back then I would never say no to TV because I didn't. I would just say yes.
Yeah.
So I go in there like 12:45. I didn't know a fucking thing about hockey, and Felger would be like, "You don't know anything about this, right?" I'd be like, "No, not a thing, nothing. I don't know. And hockey's the one sport I never played it. I never really followed as a kid. Like I like those teams with Bork and Neely and stuff, but not really. I didn't really watch it. So I'd have to go in there. That's the one where I would be bullshitting like crazy. And when we tried to talk hockey, people would kill us, and they were right to kill us because we didn't care about it, and we sounded like we didn't know what the fuck we were talking about.
Yeah.
It was just sounded like bullshit. And back then, you felt like you had to go in, especially John, like, well, they played the night before, so let's do our first 20 minutes on it. And it was, you could tell all of us were like, we hate this. As opposed to just saying, which was what I did later on. They had full runs of the playoffs when we were number 1, where I would just ignore it. I'd be like, if people care, go somewhere else where they care.
That's why I remember, I don't know if they made a Stanley Cup run or deep in the playoffs or something when it was just Kirk and Callahan.
And we never did it.
And you guys were like, well, people would call and say, you guys know the Bruins are in the playoffs? Yeah. And you'd be like, well, why would we talk about them today when we never talk about them?
Yeah, I don't care. I always thought it was insulting to the fans to pretend to care about it.
Yeah.
If you really care about it, I don't know if Touch and Rich or whoever or Greg Hill, I don't know, or some podcast, go listen to Spittin' Chicklets. They fucking care about it.
Right.
They love it, and they're great at it. By the way, Spittin' Chicklets loves me.
I would imagine.
Those guys
did they say something?
Yeah, somebody tweeted.
Someone tweeted out a picture. Yeah,
Rear Admiral was saying how great I was. Fucking, Biz and Ryan are great, and Mikey.
Yes,
fucking great crew. We love those guys. Those guys are high on the loyalty list.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yes.
All good guys.
Made men. Why not? Why not?
Seem like friendly guys too. They don't seem like anyone that would ever say a bad word
It's
about
like the hockey crowd. They're just nice guys.
Yeah.
When he seems like a very nice guy. Mikey Grenade. Do you know Mikey at all or no?
I don't know if I've ever
Very
communicated
nice.
with him.
Super nice guy.
Never met him. Yeah.
I interviewed him for the producer job when I left for radio.com.
Oh, really?
I had lunch with him at Pizzeria Uno in Burlington Mall, which is now gone, with Rob Bradford and Mikey Grinnell about the job. But he wound up saying, and this is how little I knew even then. He's like, I'm going to stick with the Spit Chicklets thing and go to New York. I was like, boy, that seems like a strange move. But
he was still here then.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to go. I'm like, really? Spit Chicklets?
Yeah, why would you do that?
All right. Guy's getting Rolexes like 3 months later. I made the right move. But yeah, oh, God. I feel like I just ran a marathon.
That was very impressive. I could never do that. I'm just in awe, honestly.
I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that again. I don't think I could.
Like Will Ferrell in Old School.
it just took a lot. It's just that fake, like, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah. But I could never even come up with the point, like the talking points for hockey to just bullshit and make it sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Well, you just need to know
That's
one
a
or
skill.
you just need to know 1 or 2 things.
Yeah.
That's it. And then you can bullshit your way around anything.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Detroit was so famous back then too. You'd think that maybe was the easiest of the non-Bruin options, right?
For sure. Yeah, but I don't know if they're good this year or not.
I don't either.
I have no idea.
No, I know that like what is it, Fedorov and Linster, the people that you mentioned.
Yeah, Yzerman.
And Yzerman.
But I couldn't.
Stevie Watt.
Put it this way, I don't think I could name you. It was interesting. I'm sure I could not name you 10 players in the NHL today.
No.
Certainly not. Put it this way, remove the Bruins because I could not name you 10 players who are not the Bruins. No fucking chance.
I couldn't do guys I'm certain are still in the league.
No,
I would be thinking like, is this guy retired?
I assume Sidney Crosby's still playing.
Yeah.
Alexander Ovechkin.
Yep.
Jack Eichel.
Yep.
Mark Messier.
I don't think
No,
so.
he's gone.
20 years ago.
Gordie Howe.
I don't believe so.
Joe Thornton.
He is.
Didn't he just retire?
No, he's still playing.
Oh, okay.
So I remember I heard somebody might get traded to the Bruins.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, right? He did not get traded to the Bruins?
No, that was just bullshit.
Okay, so I got 4 players. I mean, that's not bad.
Pretty good.
Evgeny Malkin.
Malkin's still in the league.
Yeah.
You know hockey, huh, man? Sort of.
Not as much right now, but yeah, that was my favorite sport growing up. I played hockey.
Grant Fuhr.
Gone.
Andy Moog.
Gone.
Moog. Rajon Lemelin.
Reggie Lemlin.
Well, that was his full name. His Canadian name.
What was the full?
Réjean, I think it was.
I forgot about your Canadian heritage, so I shouldn't even ask.
Well, they kind of split 50-50.
For a little bit, yep.
And here's the thing about that.
Should we get a caller?
You got 2 goaltenders, you got none. It's like a starting quarterback situation in the NFL. Never works. You got 2 starting quarterbacks, guess what? Goose egg. Goose egg. Grey Goose will sponsor this segment because that is, although I'm a Pink Whitney guy myself. But, we're talking goose egg city, 0.0% chance of winning if you get 2 quarterbacks. I got to tell you about Hostetler and Sims? Well, that team won the Super Bowl. Not a great example. 617-779-0850. 850. 850. Jesus. I was on AM. Good
in 2011.
That's how old I am. It's true. No shit. Remember what happened? They were like, yeah, we're going to FM. Like, we're just going to, do it tomorrow. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, that seems weird. What a fucking weird place. They're going to promote it all? Not really. Okay.
You're going to mention it to anyone? Nah, they'll figure it out.
How about the really old people who are fucking stupid? Don't know how to change over. Fuck them.
Well, you were on both for a while, right?
I think so. They sold to ESPN, right?
Yeah.
Is it still on ESPN 850? I don't even know.
It's ESPN except for Mustard and Johnson, I think, only on 850.
That's sad. That's perfect. The perfect ending for that shit show.